The Toyota 4Runner was first released in 1984 and is currently in its fifth generation, which debuted in 2009. Due to its widespread appeal and millions of sales, it is among the most well-known and recognizable Toyota SUVs. In this short video, we will focus on the issues of the fifth generation of 4Runner. And before we start, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Components flying off the car. Weird stuff will be the first on this list. SUV parts literally fly off the vehicle. First off, a few owners of the fifth generation 4Runner complained about issues where the sunroof could fly off the vehicle or blow up while driving at high speeds, and the accessory hood scoop flying off and the detachment of the billet overlay grille. These problems caused 2 recalls. Rust issues. If you are interested in modern classic Toyota SUVs and trucks, you've probably heard that rust is a serious problem for these vehicles, especially on the frame. The same is true for the 4Runner, as almost all model years of the 5th generation 4Runner are susceptible to rust, with the possible exception of a very small number of the most recent model years. This even sparked a sizable class action lawsuit, forcing Toyota to make settlement payments totaling more than $3.4 billion. The problem is that the frame and some nearby components aren't given any anti-rust treatment, which can make them rust or occasionally even completely crumble. This usually involves a hefty financial outlay because it's frequently more expensive to replace a car's entire frame than the vehicle itself. Tailgate issues. The 4Runner also appears to have particular tailgate problems, where the tailgate may not stay open. However, it appears that other model years are also experiencing these. These have primarily been reported for models from 2009 to 2015. A 2012 4Runner owner claimed that the tailgate fell on his head, injuring him, and that this was because of defective struts. A few 2011 4Runner owners concurred, stating that it can be very dangerous if the struts fail while the tailgate is fully open. Check the struts to see if they have actually failed before attempting to fix this. If so, get new ones in their place. Paint issues. Since many people complained about previous generations of the 4Runner's softer paint problems are not a new issue for the 5th generation of the vehicle. The underlying assumption is that daily driving abuse will simply destroy the paint. Numerous owners have voiced complaints about problems like bubbling, peeling, or whitening. Unfortunately, you cannot fix this without sanding, cleaning, and repainting the harmed parts. To make matters worse, if you want the paint job to match, you may occasionally need to repaint most of the car or even the whole thing. Airbag issues. The airbags, which were involved in nearly half of all recalls involving the 5th generation 4Runner, are by far the most frequently reported problem with the vehicle. We should also mention that Toyota had to recall the 4Runner almost 10 times because of airbag-related problems. So 3 current recalls are really just the tip of the iceberg in terms of airbag problems with the 4Runner. The best 4Runner models are those from the 2017 model year and later because they haven't had their airbags recalled. Transmission harsh shifting. The 4Runner's most prevalent transmission problem, which has been mostly reported for models from 2009 to 2011 but has also been reported for later models, appears to be abrupt shifting. The issue that the majority of owners seem to be experiencing is that whenever the car needs to accelerate quickly while being driven at a low speed, the transmission is unable to shift into a lower gear, which causes the RPMs to increase. Some claim that this is caused by low transmission fluid levels, while others think that metal fragments in the fluid are to blame for the car's extreme lag when attempting to shift into a gear. Taillights issues. The taillight bulbs on the 2010 Toyota 4Runner and possibly the 2011 model are prone to burning out at an alarming rate. An owner of a 2010 4Runner reported burning through a few bulbs before realizing that the excessively high voltage experienced in the tail light causes the belt to burn through incredibly quickly. Some have even claimed that a fire may result from this or already has. You need to replace the entire taillight assembly and possibly even the related wiring in order to fix this. Rodents chewing through wires. Toyota claimed that using soy-based materials to cover the wires would make their cars more environmentally friendly and less harmful to the environment back in the 2005. However, because of this, rodents have started to gnaw on these wires, affecting almost all of the car's essential and optional electrical systems and costing up to $10,000 to repair. Many owners were incensed at Toyota as a result, and this sparked a class action lawsuit. Nobody is sure what will happen next with this problem, which is still present for many Toyota models. Rearview camera issues. The majority of you are aware that the US government requires rearview cameras to work, so every serious rearview camera problem will require some sort of recall in order to be fixed. Although there have been no formal rearview camera recalls for the 5th generation 4Runner, many owners have complained that their cameras occasionally fail to show any images. Horn clock spring issues. The horn clock spring often fails and completely disengages the car's horn in the 2013 Toyota 4Runner, but many other model years of the 5th generation 4Runner also frequently experience this problem. It is highly likely that your clock spring has failed if the horn stops working and some of the other buttons on your steering wheel do as well. Toyota allegedly charges up to $1,500 to replace it, which is a significant sum of money, but on the other hand, driving without a horn is both illegal and dangerous. Door lock problems. The 4Runner frequently experiences electrical issues, and door lock issues may very well be the most frequent ones. The 2014 4Runner has received the most complaints about failed door locks, but these issues also appear to be present to some extent in the 2015, 2016, and 2017 models. When this happens, a defective actuator that controls these door locks needs to be replaced. Car accelerates by itself. According to the general consensus, these problems are either caused by the floor mat getting stuck behind the pedals and causing the car to accelerate, or they could possibly be caused by some problems with the vehicle's speed sensor. This particular incident was brought on by a floor mat getting caught behind the pedals, which ultimately led to a Toyota recall. Toyota recalled more than 1.3 million vehicles, including the 2009 4Runner, in February 2011. Toyota reportedly replaced specific floor mat compatibility issues and components in the accelerator pedal. Nevertheless, these problems have occasionally been reported for later models of the 5th generation, including the 2021 model, which was not covered by this recall. Cruise control issues. The 2020 to 2022 4Runner models appear to be most affected by problems with the cruise control system. One owner reported that his 4Runner won't go faster than 30 miles per hour when the cruise control is engaged, and another owner of a 2021 4Runner complained that the cruise control would disengage when it was snowing. A 2024 4Runner owner reported that his vehicle stalls whenever the cruise control is activated, which is related to the start-stop system. Fuel pump issues. For many Toyota models, the fuel pump is a source of frustration because faulty fuel pumps have been the cause of numerous recalls. The 5th 4Runner, whose fuel pump has twice been recalled, is another example of this. Fuel gauge cluster issues. A few 5th generation 4Runner owners complained that the vehicle did not accurately display the amount of fuel still in the tank. The 2012 4Runner owner claimed that although the fuel gauge on the car indicated that a quarter of the tank was full, the tank was empty. These problems were common on earlier 4Runner generations, but they do occasionally appear with 5th gen models. So, that's it. Hope the information was useful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.